Hello, guys, and welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights. And I am coming to you with a very festive sweet dessert, and it's Diwali. Diwali, it's a Sanskrit word for array of lights. So that's why there's always lights with Diwali. You see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lights in people's backyard, in people's front yard, in their windows and everything else. It's a lighting festival, very joyous occasion. So there are lots of sweets and offerings that they give to the gods. This festival honors Ganesh, the elephant-headed god that's us for his auspiciousness and his wisdom. And it also commemorates the return of Lord Rama with Ma Sita and Lakshman. So they were returning, and it commemorates those gods in the Hindu religion. So I am going to make tonight some Persad. Persad, it's a sweet. It's an offering sweet. There are several ways of making Persad. If you put any salt in it, you cannot offer it to the gods. But we make it as a dessert and as an offering to ourselves, and we're able to put salt in it. But if you're going to do it for a really religious reason, you cannot put salt in it. So I'm coming to you tonight with a nice, simple Persad recipe, and we're going to go to those ingredients, and we're going to start making our Persad. And happy Diwali. Hey, to my friends at the Rajkumari Singh Cultural Center in Queens, love you guys, and have a happy Diwali. So here we are, guys. These are the ingredients I'm going to be using for my Persad, and very, very simple ingredients, not a lot. First of all, we have 2 cups of evaporated milk, 16 ounces of evaporated milk, which is 2 cups. 1 cup of sugar, granulated sugar, 1 cup of flour. I'll be using 1.5 sticks of butter. You can also substitute this for ghee. You can use like 8 ounces of ghee, or you can use 4 ounces of butter and 4 ounces of ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, so you can either use pure ghee or just butter. Some cardamom. I have like a 1 teaspoon of cardamom, and I'm adding some other spices here. I have some nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, along with some mixed spice, which is like it's like an allspice and allspice and cinnamon and stuff like that. So just a little, just to enhance it a little. Anyway, so, and we need a nice pot. I have a lovely heavy bottom pot here, which I'm going to use for this process. So I'm going to start with the first step. The first step will be to heat your milk. So I pour the milk into the pot. Heat your milk. The milk has to be heated, and also we'll pour the sugar in there. So we're going to let this go for a while on the medium heat because you don't want it to burn. So very low heat. We're going to do low heat at all times for this process, for this recipe. So I'm going to let this go for a while until the sugar melts. I'm going to keep stirring it, and then we're going to add some other spices in there, and I'll be back. So here we are. We're going to stir this until the sugar melts. Until the sugar melts. This is the cardamom. We're going to throw that in there because you want it to really infuse the milk. And you're not going to bring this to a boil. You're just going to, it just has to stay warm. It has to stay warm throughout the process, because when you add it to the main, to the flour, it has to absorb really well to the flour, and it absorbs better when it is warm. Okay, so, and I also add the cinnamon and the mixed spice and the nutmeg in here, so that all those flavors can exude and can come out and just enhance this this process. So we're gonna let this go for a while, and we'll keep stirring. I'll probably use a whisk just to break up those little lumps that are in there. Okay, and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so here is the milk mixture. I poured it out into another pot, and I have my warmer on, so it's gonna be kept warm until I'm ready to use it. Okay, on this side, my original my original spot, we're gonna melt the butter. Get the butter melted. Once the butter is completely melted, I'm going to add the flour to that, and then we're going to start the parching process. You have to parch the flour until it gets to a nice light brown consistency, a light brown color, and so that's going to take a few minutes. And once the butter is totally melted, we'll add our flour, and we'll start the parching process of this Persad. So we'll be back. And now, as you can see, my butter is totally melted. Butter is totally melted, and I'm really on low heat right now, very low heat. We're going to add our flour to this mixture, to the butter. And once you add the flour to the butter, you have to continuously stir. You have to stir this in here, stir it in, and keep stirring. You have to keep stirring it, and you'll see it's going to clump up for a bit, but it's going to come loose eventually. So you just have to keep stirring it, and you keep stirring it on low heat, very low heat. Okay, at all times. See, it's nice and smooth already, but we're waiting. We have to do it. This process is going to take maybe about 15 minutes for it to parch, for the flour to parch and come to the color and the consistency that you really want, that you really need. So this is going to be a while. So if you take a look and you see how it's really bubbling up and swelling up, it's really cooking now. The flour is cooking. So we have to cook this flour until it starts to get the nice brown complexion, and it's going to be that's going to take you I'm doing it now maybe 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes here. We have another 7 minutes before it gets to that nice brown color that we need. A nice tan golden brown, not a golden brown, but a nice tan color, because you don't want it too dark. Okay guys, now you see it's starting to change color, and starting to change color, starting to get a little darker. So you just have to continue stirring, just continue stirring. And I've been stirring for about 10 minutes right now, so I have maybe about 5 or 7 minutes. And just be careful, because it splatters a lot. It just splattered up on here. And it's very hot liquid, so just be careful. I don't have any kids in the kitchen. If you have any kids in the kitchen, just beware that it's going to do that. Yeah, so it's getting that nice tan color, but I just have to continue stirring until it gets to that look that I want, that nice tan look, that color that I want. So we just continue stirring, maybe another 5 minutes, and I'll be back to show you the consistency. Awesome. Now this is what we're looking for, this nice tan complexion. Hey, the pot is getting a little hot, so I'm trying to hold it with this silicone thing here. Yeah, see that? That's a wonderful color. That's all you need. That's a wonderful color. And you keep stirring. So now it's been in there for like 15 minutes. That I'm looking for. It has been here for about 15 minutes, and it has gained the color that I'm looking for. So we'll now add our milk mixture and come to a conclusion. Then we're going to add our milk mixture, and we'll continue stirring. That pot is hot. So here we go. We're going to get that little sizzle. But that's all in the game. And you see how it comes up, how it comes together quickly. Comes together really quickly. And you just have to keep on stirring. I think I need a stronger spoon for this. And let's grab a stronger spoon. Just have to keep stirring it. I'll take it off the fire. Oh, I should have added my cherries. Yeah, added the cherries. And we're gonna add the rest of our milk mixture. And just keep on stirring it. See how it's absorbing all that milk mixture, and that and the spices. Yeah, I turned my stove off, and I just add the rest of the milk mixture, and we'll just work that in, and you're done. Let's do some stirring here. Delectable dessert. There we go. Awesome. Oh my God. Awesome. Okay, guys. I'm just going to give a few more stirs and then I'll do a plating and I'll be back.